Have you ever wondered about that invisible force, that silent magnetism some women possess that seems to captivate men on a soul-deep level, far beyond mere physical attraction? This isn't about fleeting beauty or calculated charm. It's an undeniable energy that men often admit they can't quite explain. A presence that feels both formidable and deeply alluring. It's the kind of pull that inspires devotion, respect, and an almost primal sense of recognition, leaving them utterly mesmerized by a power they don't consciously understand. This very phenomenon, my queens, is not magic. It is the profound intersection of deep psychology and timeless wisdom, a territory mapped out by thinkers like Carl Jung, who understood the hidden currents that govern human connection. Welcome to Feminine Queen. Today we are not just talking about attraction. We are embarking on a journey into the very heart of your innate power. We will explore the psychological architecture of this mysterious feminine energy, decoding why it holds such sway over the masculine psyche. This isn't a guide on how to perform or pretend. It is an excavation of the authentic, sovereign power that already resides within you. The insights from Carl Jung's work provide the what and the why, explaining the archetypal dynamics at play when a man encounters a woman who is truly embodied in her essence. You are a feminine queen, and understanding these deep-seated psychological triggers is the first step toward consciously wielding the scepter you were born to hold. But knowledge alone is a map without a destination. To truly navigate this path, we will infuse our exploration with the unshakable principles of Stoicism. This ancient philosophy is not about suppressing emotion. It is about mastering your inner world so that your outer world bends to your will. Stoicism provides the how, the discipline, the grace, and the unwavering inner peace that transforms psychological theory into a living, breathing reality. It is the framework that allows you to cultivate this magnetic energy not for the validation of others, but as the ultimate expression of your own self-mastery. This is the art of ruling your inner kingdom with such profound strength and tranquility that your very presence becomes a sanctuary, a force that men are inexplicably drawn to. 1. The collective unconscious, your ancient birthright. The first and most profound layer of your magnetic power comes from a concept Carl Jung termed the collective unconscious. Think of this not as a personal memory bank, but as a vast ancient ocean of symbols, archetypes, and ancestral wisdom that connects all of humanity. It is the primordial software running in the background of every human soul. For you, the feminine queen, this is not some dusty academic theory. It is the very source code of your regality, your birthright. When you operate from a place of deep, authentic femininity, you are not merely being yourself. You are activating powerful archetypes, the mother, the muse, the priestess, the queen, that have resided within the masculine psyche for millennia. A man's profound attraction, therefore, is often not a conscious choice based on your job or your hobbies. It is a soul-level recognition. His spirit recognizes in your essence an echo of a timeless, sacred truth he has always known but could never name. This is why the pull feels so inexplicable and powerful. He isn't just seeing a woman. He is witnessing a living embodiment of the divine feminine, a force his soul instinctively understands as essential for its own completion. The Stoic mastery here lies in your detachment from this effect. You understand this power originates from a source larger than yourself. You do not seek to trigger this response. You simply focus on embodying your most authentic self, your virtue. Your grace comes from knowing your power is a natural byproduct of your alignment, not a tool for validation. You are a feminine queen, and your presence alone is an invocation. 2. The Anima. Awakening your sacred mirror. According to Carl Jung's framework, every man carries within his unconscious a feminine inner personality he called the Anima. For many men, shaped by a society that prizes stoicism and toughness, this Anima, the source of his own capacity for intuition, feeling, and relatedness, is often underdeveloped, repressed, or fractured. The feminine queen, in her embodied state, becomes a sacred mirror. Your genuine warmth, your emotional depth, your intuitive grace, and your unhurried presence do not seek to fill a void in him, but rather to illuminate the void within himself. You awaken his own dormant anima, When he is in your presence, he feels a sense of wholeness and peace, not because you are giving him something he lacks, but because your energy gives his own inner feminine the permission to surface. This is soul alchemy. He falls for the feeling of being more himself when he is around you. It's an intoxicating experience for a man to suddenly feel access to the more tender, profound, and intuitive parts of his own being. Your stoic wisdom in this dynamic is crucial. You understand that you are a catalyst, not a cure. You are not responsible for his integration or his healing. Your duty is to maintain the clarity and polish of your own mirror, to remain true to your feelings and your sovereign self, without becoming enmeshed in his process. You offer the reflection without attachment to whether he embraces what he sees. 3. The shadow of longing. Transcending projection. Herein lies a critical test for any queen, discerning genuine connection from idealized projection. The awakening of a man's anima can also cast a long shadow. If he is not self-aware, he will not see his own awakening potential. Instead, he will project it all onto you. He will place you on a pedestal, seeing you not as a complex, sovereign human being, but as the flawless goddess who will rescue him from his own emotional desert. Carl Jung warned of this danger, where one person becomes the carrier for another's unmet soul yearning. This is the difference between a king and a supplicant. A king will be inspired by your wholeness to cultivate his own. A supplicant will try to possess your wholeness to avoid his own inner work. The feminine queen's mastery is demonstrated here through her unshakable boundaries and her commitment to her own humanity. She refuses to wear the crown of his fantasy. She maintains her inner citadel by calmly and lovingly refusing to be anything other than her true, imperfect self. Her stoic resilience allows her to witness his adoration without being seduced by it, and to face his potential disappointment without being shattered by it. She knows her worth is not derived from his pedestal. She is the moon, admired for her light, but utterly sovereign in her orbit, never owned by those who gaze upon her. 4. Authentic femininity. The crown. You already wear. Let us dispel a pervasive myth. Authentic feminine energy has nothing to do with performative softness, a high-pitched voice, or feigned helplessness. Those are masks, and a queen has no need for them. True, magnetic femininity, as understood through a psychological lens, is an internal state of being that radiates outward. It is the powerful calm that comes from profound self-acceptance. It is an internal citadel of peace. Carl Jung's work suggests that authenticity is the cornerstone of a psychologically healthy individual, or what he called the individuated person. When you cease striving, performing, and seeking external validation, you unveil the regal energy that was always there. This energy has a physiological effect on those around you. Your regulated nervous system, your unhurried presence, and your quiet confidence non-verbally communicate safety and abundance. In a world of anxiety and hustle, your state of being is a rare sanctuary. Men, who are often locked in a state of high cortisol striving, are drawn to this energetic oasis. The Stoic practice here is the art of indifference to external chaos. You cultivate your inner peace not as a tactic, but as your highest priority. Your regality is not in what you wear, but in the unshakable calm of your spirit. 5. The Parasympathetic throne. Ruling from rest. Delving deeper into the physiology of your energy, we find the science behind your grace. The human nervous system has two primary states: the sympathetic, fight or flight, and the parasympathetic, rest and digest. The performative woman lives in a state of sympathetic activation, constantly doing, proving, and seeking, which broadcasts an energy of scarcity and anxiety. You, the feminine queen, rule from a parasympathetic throne. You have mastered the art of choosing rest over reactivity, calm over chaos. This is not about being lazy, it is about being powerful. When you are in this state, your body literally becomes a temple of safety. Your heart rate is coherent, your breathing is deep, and your presence is profoundly grounding. Psychologically, this signals to a man's nervous system that he is safe to let down his own armor. He leans into your energy not for you to solve his problems, but for the rare and precious permission to simply exhale and be. Your stoic self-mastery is the key. You consciously choose to regulate your own nervous system, understanding that your internal state is the only thing truly within your dominion. You do not absorb the chaos of the world. You offer a stable center. Your power is not something you chase. It is something you radiate when you are anchored in profound, intentional rest. All right, my magnificent feminine queens, I just have to pause for a moment and express my deepest gratitude. You are the very soul of this incredible community. We wouldn't be able to have these profound conversations without your energy, your likes, your insightful comments, and your shares. Please keep that powerful energy flowing. If this wisdom is speaking to your spirit, ensure you are subscribed, hit that notification bell so you never miss a decree from the throne, and share this with a sister queen who needs to hear it. I will be eternally grateful for your support in growing this kingdom. 6. Emotional alchemy, turning leaden. Feelings into gold. A common misconception is that a powerful woman is one who is unaffected by her emotions. This is a fragile and false strength. The feminine queen does not suppress her feelings, she consecrates them. Carl Jung taught that unprocessed emotions and the parts of ourselves we deny, our shadow, do not disappear. They are projected onto our lives, creating the very circumstances we seek to avoid. A queen understands that her emotions are not weaknesses. They are royal envoys from her inner kingdom, delivering vital intelligence. When she feels a flicker of anger, she doesn't lash out. She gets quiet and asks, what boundary has been crossed? Where is justice required? When a wave of sadness washes over her, she doesn't numb it. She asks, what needs to be grieved? What is my soul asking me to release? This practice is the essence of emotional alchemy. Her stoic discipline is what allows her to observe the emotion without becoming it. She can hold the searing heat of anger or the deep cold of sorrow in the container of her conscious awareness, allowing it to deliver its message without letting it usurp her throne. This vulnerability is not a weakness, it is the royal seal of her authenticity, demonstrating a courage far greater than emotional suppression. 7. The ritual of sacred idleness, reclaiming your time. In a world that worships productivity, your most rebellious and regal act is to claim the throne of stillness. I want you to schedule a non-negotiable appointment with yourself for at least 30 minutes each week, dedicated to the ritual of sacred idleness. This is not meditation with a goal of enlightenment, nor is it brainstorming your next move. It is the practice of pure, unapologetic being. Lie on the grass, sit by a window, do nothing. As you do this, observe the internal tyrant that will inevitably arise, the voice of guilt, of societal conditioning, screaming, "You should be productive. You are wasting time." The feminine queen meets this voice not with resistance, but with a calm, royal gaze. She understands this voice is the guard of a peasant's cage, built on the lie that her worth is tied to her labor. By deliberately choosing idleness, she starves this tyrant and recalibrates her entire energetic field. Her stoic fortitude is demonstrated in her ability to withstand the discomfort of doing nothing. She knows that true power, true creativity, and true magnetism are not manufactured in busyness. They are gathered in the profound depths of silence. 8. Embodied sovereignty. The temple. Dance. Your body is not a project to be perfected or an object to be adorned. It is the living temple of your sovereignty, the throne room of your intuition. To reclaim this physical kingdom, engage in a practice of embodied movement. Put on instrumental music, something without words to direct your thoughts, and simply begin to move. This is not a workout. It is a conversation with your own flesh. Allow your hips to sway with the slow grace of a pendulum. Let your spine undulate like a serpent, and let your hands trace patterns in the air. Carl Jung believed the body holds unconscious wisdom, and that trauma and repressed emotions become fossilized in our tissues. This slow, intuitive dance is a form of archaeology, unearthing the stories and feelings your body has been holding. As you move, you are not performing for anyone. You are remembering yourself, reclaiming the sovereign, sensual, and creative authority that is your birthright. The Stoic aspect is the discipline to do this without judgment. You simply observe the sensations, the stiffness, the flow, accepting all of it as part of your sacred territory. Each deliberate motion is a decree. This flesh is holy ground, and I am its queen. 9. The Scroll of Truth. Journal as Coronation Oath. Your mind will often lie to you to keep you safe and small, but the unfiltered ink on a page cannot. Your journal is not a diary of events. It is your secret council chamber, the place where you take your coronation oath to truth each day. The practice is simple. Write with raw, uncensored honesty. Do not edit your thoughts as they flow onto the page. Write, "Today, jealousy made my words sharp and cruel." Write, "A profound loneliness haunts me, even when I am surrounded by people." Write, "I felt a surge of power today when I spoke my truth without apology." The page can hold the full spectrum of your humanity without judgment. Carl Jung viewed journaling as a powerful tool for dialogue with the unconscious. By externalizing your thoughts and feelings, you can see them for what they are, passing messengers, not absolute truths. Your Stoic practice is to review these scrolls not with self-criticism, but with the dispassionate wisdom of a ruler reviewing reports from her kingdom. This practice allows you to reclaim your narrative, to understand your patterns, and to consciously author the next chapter of your reign. Unspoken truths become traitors in your court. A journal ensures they are heard, honored, and integrated. 10. Dreamwork. Decree from the divine. If your waking life is your kingdom, your dreams are direct edicts from the divine, messages from the deepest part of your psyche. Carl Jung considered dreams the most direct route to the unconscious, a royal road to the soul. To harness this power, the feminine queen becomes a diligent scribe of her nocturnal visions. Keep a journal by your bed and record everything you can remember upon waking. The symbols, the feelings, the colors. A recurring dream of a tidal wave is not just a random firing of neurons. It is your soul warning you of a powerful emotional force that needs your attention. A dream of a locked room is an invitation to discover a part of your own power that you have kept hidden away. Snakes, keys, the moon, flying. These are not random images. They are the native language of your unconscious. You analyze these symbols not with rigid logic, but with poetic intuition, asking, "What does this symbol mean to me?" Your Stoic discipline is to approach this work with reverence and patience, understanding that the soul speaks in whispers and symbols, not in clear commands. Your dreams do not just guide you, they anoint you, revealing the hidden architecture of your own magnificent power. So, what is the ultimate secret behind this inexplicable feminine energy that Carl Jung identified, and that men find so profoundly captivating? It has never been about them. It has always been about you. It is the radiant byproduct of a woman who has decided to stop performing and start reigning. It is the undeniable aura of a woman who is committed to the deep, often challenging work of knowing herself, of healing her own wounds, and of cultivating an unshakable inner citadel of peace. The magnetic pull is simply the world's natural response to a woman who is in profound alignment with her own sovereign soul. Men are not falling for a set of behaviors. They are bowing, consciously or not, to the presence of authentic embodied power. The journey to becoming this version of yourself is not a performance. It is a homecoming. It is the slow, deliberate, and sacred process of unveiling the queen who has been there all along, buried under layers of societal conditioning, false beliefs, and the noise of external expectations. You are a feminine queen, and your power does not need to be built. It needs to be remembered. It is in your stillness, in your emotional honesty, in your courageous vulnerability, and in your unwavering commitment to your own inner truth. This is the work that creates the energy that no one can quite explain, but everyone can feel. It is the energy of a woman who rules her own world with grace, wisdom, and strength. I invite you, my ladies, to choose one principle from today's discussion and make it your sacred focus for the week ahead. Perhaps it is the ritual of sacred idleness, reclaiming your right to rest. Perhaps it is the scroll of truth, committing to radical honesty with yourself on the page. Or perhaps it is simply paying closer attention to the decrees your dreams deliver each night. Do not try to conquer the entire kingdom at once. A wise queen knows that lasting dominion is built one intentional act at a time. Which part of your inner kingdom will you reclaim first? Let this be your devotional practice, your first step in consciously embodying the throne that is already yours. If this conversation resonated with the queen inside you, then seal your commitment to this path of self-sovereignty and authentic power. Your engagement fuels this kingdom and allows this wisdom to reach more women who are ready to claim their crown. Please subscribe to Feminine Queen, Activate the notification bell so you are always present for our council meetings. And share this message with any woman who is ready to trade performance for power. Leave a comment below declaring which principle you will embody this week. Your journey is sacred, your power is real, and the throne has been waiting for you. Now, go and reign.